guys, it's another episode of Deskies. It's Melissa. Who's this guy?
What? You know my...
Jerry? Jeff. That's who that is. That's Jeff.
That's my, yeah. That's my name.
Yeah, his name's Jeff.
When I'm not on the street. Someone's eventually gonna look at the street corner for me. They're like, he talks about it all the time.
I know.
I know that guy's a prostitute. Damn it.
Yep.
Where is
You might have fans looking for you eventually, so...
That would be awkward. Especially if I do happen to be, like, on the street corner, like, walking. They'd be like, look, he really... I'd be like, yep.
Like, oh, dang it.
How much? More than you can afford.
Yep.
And then, like, I got $1,000. I'd be like, maybe not.
Alright, I'll get in.
Okay. I will not just get into a random car. Okay. I think. Maybe.
If the price is right.
If you subscribe when the price is right. Maybe. So today, we're not going to be talking about prostitution.
Okay. Dang it.
Not today.
Alright.
She knows I work for a low price, but that's just because I'm trying to build up a fan base. No, today we're gonna be talking about conspiracy theories involving UFOs. I'm gonna read off some, and I want to know Melissa's thoughts of which are the most believable to her, at least, and which she doesn't necessarily buy into.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with some of the more common ones. So, Area 51. Area 51, in case someone doesn't know, is the base in Nevada that's rumored to be housing extraterrestrials or UFOs or something like that. Now, what's your thoughts on that?
It's not, like, confirmed real?
It is actually a real base. It's confirmed real.
But the goings-on are not confirmed?
Well, yeah. It's the only thing officially confirmed is that it's a base. That wasn't confirmed till a couple years ago. And it's rumored to either be UFO or they did test, like, top secret planes, spy planes, that sort of thing out of there. So that's the only thing that's kind of confirmed. The other stuff is hearsay.
I think that Area 51 is legitimate. I don't know, like, if they actually have any extraterrestrials, if they've ever captured any.
Well, I guess it would be your thoughts on if they had it, because we know that's real now. So what's your thoughts? Do you think it's more likely, less likely, that sort of thing?
I don't know. I think they got some stuff going on there that... I don't know what you mean, I guess.
Well,
like, what do you mean, more likely what?
More likely that they have alien involvement in there, not necessarily...
I definitely believe they have, like, stuff from space or whatever, like, I'm sure any, like, weird thing that crashes to Earth or whatever, they come and scoop up and study, or... I think that definitely is a... I don't know if they've actually... I don't know that I believe that they have any extraterrestrials.
It's not necessarily... you can't confirm it, it's just, do you think it's likely or not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, Area 51 in your book, actually in my book...
I think they would need something like that if they actually...
Well, one interesting story I did hear about Area 51, I don't mean to get off topic because we're going to get along faster, but that the Russians, during the space race, actually built kind of like a mock UFO, and they had like a mutilated kid in there, and they shot it and purposely crashed it in the U.S. to scare the government into thinking it was aliens.
Oh my god.
And the kid would have, like, it would be short, like they said, it'd be mutilated, its head would be deformed and stuff. Now, I don't know if that's true or not either, that's hearsay, but...
Yeah, and you'd think a DNA test to be like, oh, that's a person, like...
But this was also back in, 47?
Okay, so they weren't that far with that kind of technology.
So, I mean, that might be why they didn't reveal much about Roswell, why it's still under wraps. Who knows? None of this stuff we're going to know, so it's just kind of guessing. So, we both think Area 51 is more likely to have UFO alien involvement. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is another common one, and it's leading into that, the Roswell crash.
Okay.
The aliens, a UFO, something crashed in Roswell, and for the sake of this conversation, it'll be aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's likely that happened, or not that likely?
I think that would be kind of likely. I don't know.
It's definitely strange. I think it's more likely than not likely. Obviously, we both could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But with all the stories and everything that happened, eyewitness accounts, I think it's more likely that something happened.
Yeah,
I
tend not to believe a bunch of people or make up something like that.
I want to say aliens personally, because I like the subject. Okay, so we're going to start getting into a little more abstract.
Okay.
It's still stuff most people have heard of right now. It's the Men in Black.
Alright.
Men in Black, it's sort of like the movie. If you encounter an alien or UFO activity, it's basically somebody who comes to your door, where you work, whatever, to kind of intimidate you to stay silent. How likely do you think those are?
I think that's very likely, because whenever someone comes out like saying that they've seen something like it, they tend to be demonized, made to look crazy or whatever.
There's definitely people get ostracized a lot, and I mean, I'm not necessarily saying their accounts are true either, but I don't necessarily see the need to automatically kind of denounce them. So Men in Black, I'm a little more on the fence of. It's not. I do kind of believe we're capable of it, though.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's just there's a few stories about them, but they're not as credible as some of the other ones. So I'm a little on the fence about it, but I can definitely go for it if that happens. Alright. This is common because of the show. What's your thoughts on Ancient Aliens?
Ancient Aliens. I've watched a few like History Channel specials on that stuff, and what gets me is like different continents. People, I don't know, like I remember seeing something like people were like stretching their skulls.
Yes, that
like different continents, like where they couldn't even at that point communicate with each other, were doing the same things. So it like kind of makes you wonder if they were seeing like getting contact from beings like.
Well, the History Channel show kind of went a little out there more and more because they're trying to stretch into a series, which I understand. But basically, Eric Von Daniken, I think that was who wrote Chariots of the God.
Excuse me.
But he basically just the early 8 episodes of Ancient Aliens where they talked about like Mesopotamia, that sort of thing, and they talked about like Egypt. They focused mainly on that and some of the stuff. I kind of believe in Ancient Aliens. I don't necessarily like the show went on to talk about like Joseph Smith, the Mormons, that sort of thing. How they felt certain like angel encounters were aliens, which they could be, but they started kind of going off topic a bit. They're trying to stretch the show out, but yeah, I kind of believe in Ancient Aliens myself, though. Hey, this is about the JFK assassination. That JFK was assassinated by the CIA because he wanted everything disclosed, including any involvement with aliens or extraterrestrial. He wanted that disclosed to NASA. How likely do you think that was?
I'm not sure on that one. Cause I've heard a few like JFK assassination like conspiracies.
There's so many though.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one I'm not super familiar with.
All the other ones seem more plausible though. It's not them. It's definitely not impossible.
No, definitely not.
But there's so many other like plausible ones or reasons why, including like the war in Vietnam or Lyndon Johnson, that I feel like it's a possibility. I'm not going to rule it out, but it's more like if I was doing a percentage, it would be on the lower end of percentage ones. If assuming there was a conspiracy and it wasn't just Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
This next one is a little more abstract. Reptilian elite.
I've heard a little bit about this one. From one of my favorite people to listen to.
Is it Alex Jones?
Yes.
Basically, I've heard about it from Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's interesting.
Basically, it's belief that most of the higher-ups are reptilian. I mean, that's basically all there is to it.
I would love to believe that, because it's just kind of funny, like, but...
I personally don't. I think it's funny, but, like...
I believe that it'd be more possible that they're all, like, satanic devil worshippers, and they want, like, power.
I don't believe that, but I think it's more possible. Like,
yeah.
David Icke, I think, created it, if I remember correctly, and he's kind of bizarre in himself.
Yeah, I think, like, I would call him reptilian, like, as an insult.
Well, like, David
Icke... not as a, like...
Well, what's funny about that is he looks kind of reptilian himself. I'm like, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't know. I might.
I'll have to show you a picture. He looks more like a reptile than any person he says is a reptilian.
Yeah, like, sarcastically, yes, I would call them reptilian elite, but I don't really think they are.
Alright, let's see. Our second to last one is the Black Knight satellite. Supposedly an alien satellite that's been hovering the Earth. It's been around 13,000 years. Supposedly discovered by Tesla. And it's never been confirmed, obviously, but it's a conspiracy that there's an alien satellite. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, that, I guess, if it's been there, if they can prove it's been there for a while, and has anyone, like, investigated it?
Well, the problem
like,
is...
they go grab that thing up, or...
The problem is, the theory is, too, that it's been discovered, but it's never been able to be confirmed. But anyone that can prove it is not going to reveal it. Well, if you think about it, though, it'd be like, it's a cover-up.
Yeah.
So if NASA did find it, they're not going to reveal it, because it would be revealing aliens.
Why not? They probably don't want to, like, cause hysteria or something, right?
There's a lot of reasons why they possibly may not reveal aliens. It could be for hysteria. It could be they know something that could be devastating. It could be for greed. It could be that they're not harmful, but maybe certain people are exploiting it. And who knows if there is alien life form, which we're not getting into completely. We're getting into conspiracies. For the sake of this, we both believe in it.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
And I believe in it, but I have no way of confirming it, obviously. But
maybe a lost satellite from another galaxy.
I think it's an interesting one. I don't really believe it, because I think with all the people with telescopes and stuff, someone would have seen it and been like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Unless it was destroyed. Which, who knows. But our last one involves the Nazi Party and Hitler, and it involves UFO involvement with the Third Reich.
Okay.
A lot of people believe that. There's different theories. There's different theories that they built UFOs. That the group, the Foo Fighters. That was a term created during World War II to describe like balls of light that U.S. and British airmen would see outside the cockpit, and they just dubbed it Foo Fighters. I think it's French. I think, don't rip me apart, but so that was basically just UFOs they saw. So there's been eyewitness accounts. There was a lot of... Hitler was obsessed with the occult, at least. That's the popular theory. And there's a lot of signs that point to it. But what's your thoughts on Hitler and his involvement with possibly aliens?
I think it's a little possible, but I feel like he was more interested in Earth. I mean, that's at least what it seemed like with his obsession with, killing all the Jews. So...
Mel Gibson would disagree with you on that.
So, the whole occult thing seemed a little... like he was... I don't know.
Well, I kind of... I'm a little on the fence because I do think he was involved with the occult, or at least he had an interest in it. That doesn't necessarily mean he believed it, or that he was talking to aliens.
Right.
You know, I don't even know if it goes as far as like the Indiana Jones films where they talk about how he was searching for like the Spear of Destiny, or well, they didn't. I think that was Hellboy too, but supposedly he was looking for the Spear of Destiny, the Holy Grail, all the biblical artifacts, the Ark of the Covenant. The Spear of Destiny is interesting. We should talk about that one episode.
Yeah.
The spear that pierced Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But I kind of lean towards not. At least aliens weren't like involved with Hitler per se. I don't think they were having closed door meetings with him.
Yeah. No, I don't believe that.
Which some people do believe, and who knows?
Probably not, guys.
I hope not. That's a scary thought. But okay, so you kind of know our thoughts on some of these conspiracy theories now. Some we think are more likely, others no.
Yeah, let us know if there's any
or disagree, or why you disagree.
Yeah.
Because we definitely want to hear about that. Because if there's like evidence or reasons why you think that, it's definitely a topic we find interesting.
For shizzle my nizzle.
So that's going to be our episode for today. Take care.
Later. And keep watching the skies.
Oh my god. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, and subscribe while you're watching the sky. You can go like this and hit the subscribe button.
Like.
Yeah. You might hit something else. We don't care. Well, we care. But as long as it's, yeah. Do it. Take care.
Bye.